What's up, everybody? It's your boy Rick. I got a question for y'all, man. Are you looking to be your own boss? Ready to bet on yourself but can't get the cash or funding you need? Tired of getting a no for an answer from big banks and credit unions? That's where RAFS comes in, y'all. What's RAFS? That's Rest Assured Financial Solutions. Rest Assured Financial Solutions can help fund your dreams, and I mean really fund them. You can get unsecured funding for up to $400,000. That's right, $400K. Use your funding for renovations, home repairs, real estate investing, down payment assistance, start your own business, medical bills, and much, much more. Look, y'all, no hidden application fees, no collateral, and she makes the process super easy. She's Lisa Harris, your funding consultant based out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Give her a call at 817-962-2258. I'll also have the link to her website in the description of every single video. Give her a call over there at Rest Assured Financial Solutions. She'll literally fund your dreams. It's your boy Ricky, and I'm out. Okay, and we're back. We're rolling. What's happening, fellas?
What's going down?
Late night. We got Trill AC still in the building, Mr. AKA No Sleep, Mr. H-Town represent. Y'all know who the fuck he is, man. We got Mr. King Rio in the building. Make sure y'all check him out on Instagram at Brown Photographs, man. That man takes some. Hey, you got a good eye, bro. I gotta give you your props, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
Got a good eye. Chicago really taking a boo-boo. He'll be back in a second. And then we got the man Shannon back, man. Make sure y'all come on up. We're gonna go ahead and stretch it out and extend, man. Please note the link is pinned at the top of the chat. If y'all want to come in, we can have up to 10 people to discuss. And we just gonna carry on from what we was carrying on, man. So the topic of the discussion was happy wife, happy life. Let's expound on that. Let's go a little farther with that, man. Why isn't it happy husband, happy life? Why wasn't that the case?
Because that would mean effort that have to be given on the other side for most women. Fact is, most women don't want to give said effort. The ones that do, typically married already or on their way to being married. But we literally got chicks in this area is on some like what can I get out of nigga? Like it ain't a how can we build or anything. It's literally like sitting back, perform for me. Like what do you, and that's what it is. They expect the man to just come in and do every single thing. So as long as that's the case, shit, that's how it's gonna be, bro.
Yeah, man. What you think on that, Shannon?
I don't believe in happy life, and I don't believe in happy house, happy spouse. I don't believe in either one of those. I'll subscribe to them before. I was subscribed to the happy life, happy wife thing, or happy wife, happy life thing long time ago. And I saw how that turned out for me. The happy spouse, I get the concept of happy house, happy, the woman is happy and the man is happy and everybody putting in. I believe men are the prize. And look, I look dead for Trill. Let's see what Trill gonna do.
But Shannon, I think if I could ask a question, right? I think with the upcoming, the rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, the red pill community, all that stuff. This prize stuff has been, moved to the forefront of, supposedly relationships talk, man. In your definition, what does the prize mean? What makes you the prize? What's the thing what is a woman gaining by allowing you to lead? What are they gaining?
A comfortable life. So what's the purpose of us all? What do we all want to do? We all want to eat, right? Our innate. What do we need to do as human beings, as living, breathing, as sentient beings? We want to eat food, right? We want to recreate ourselves. We want to procreate. We want to reproduce, right? And then we want to have a sense of purpose on the planet. Typically men for the purpose side. So those are 3 things that we want. That's it. We just need to eat, drink, breathe. We want to make more of ourselves through our children. And then we want to be, we need something to do while we're here. And then we typically hang out around 70 years on average. And then we check out and we out. If you make it to 90, you're lucky. So now, well, why are men the prize? Why are men the prize? Because men make that process for women easier. Women, you want to have a nice, comfortable life, make sure that you got a solid man. But how can you have a solid man if he's not happy? That's why he's the prize. I believe that because everything it's a trickle down effect. Make sure I'm good, then all of y'all are good. The kids are good. The dog is good. The dog gets the best dog food. He gets the best dog food. You get a house with central AC and heat, not a space heater. Not a floor heater.
I got you. Hold on, man. Tamika, you got beef, click the link. You know what I'm saying? Click the link. The link is wide open. I'm sorry, Shannon. Please continue.
So just the reality of it is, man, it's a trickle down effect. And if we're always talking about the head of household and we're talking about the man is the leader and whatnot, then how are you going to make sure that how's the driver of the automobile going to not have the most comfortable seat? How is the driver of the automobile not going to have the air conditioning vents facing, pointing towards him to keep that person cool so they can keep everybody else, all the passengers in the car safe? It just, so the idea of making sure the passengers are happy while I'm over here struggling, trying to drive and get through traffic of life to make y'all happy, that's not going to work. Well, you know what? Both the pilot and the co-pilot, the pilot needs to be happy. The co-pilot to take over in case something happens. So the whole idea of happy life, happy wife, happy life, no, that's out. Happy house, happy spouse. Is there a head of the household? Whoever the head of the household is needs to be the one that needs to be happy. Now, if a woman is the head of the household, she's the prize. If a woman is doing everything that men should do, I give it to her. I don't think that typically works, not here in the westernized world. I don't think it's natural. I think it could be normal because that's what people are taught, but it's not natural. Hypergamy is natural. So if we're talking in the natural sense, there's no cliche for happy husband, happy whatever the fuck. But the husband or the man, the leader, the head of the household needs to be the happiest. And if they're happy, if he's good, if his mind is clear, everybody else gets to reap the benefits of that happiness. Because all the fruit that he will bear will rain down on everybody that he's protecting, providing, and problem solving for.
Okay. Tria, what you think about that? Do you think that's a fair assessment?
Yeah, I do, but I don't see how that differs from my point in terms of happy spouse, happy house. I get Shannon saying prioritize the man over everything. I'm just saying make sure the man is equally as happy as you making a woman. So essentially the man is happy on both sides of the fence. I think the difference is Shannon saying, I should be top priority, period. And everything else falls under me because everything else is gonna benefit from a trickle effect of me. And what I'm saying is that I'm still top priority, but we are both top priority. So if you watering my flowers, I'm watering yours, then we both, winning at the same time, and everybody around us wins. All the kids are happy, you happy, I'm happy, we building. It's just nobody feeling like it's nobody feeling deprioritized. So again, I don't necessarily think that we disagree in terms of what the end result is. We just got different ways of getting there, as always, with me and Shan.
Appreciate you, Breezy. Okay.
And tell Janae, I saw that comment she put up there. No, baby, you're not the prize. You're the trophy.
It's like I said, Janae, the truth is, like, even you could be the prize. Listen, I need y'all. You could be the prize, but we the Cracker Jack box.
Oh, that's right. I remember you said that.
We the Cracker Jack box, right? Because without a good man, a pretty woman that's all that is nothing. You just another woman walking around these streets looking for a man.
I'm gonna jump in the chat tonight. I don't normally be in the chat but this is different. This
All
is
right.
after hours. I'm gonna be over.
That's all you are. And there's a million of y'all out there. There's a million of y'all out there. Just being honest, right? Again, I think this is where women get it misconstrued. I really do. I think y'all, and again, y'all been told a lie and y'all don't want to, wake up from the matrix.
Yeah, he told us he said it's 1,000 years. It's only one of me.
Right. So the thing is, I'm so tired of talking about the Pookies. I don't relate to them. You see what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to speak from that perspective. But I'm talking about a man that's looking to handle his business, take care of his family. Like, hey, people keep saying they made hoes. Okay, so make another hoe. Make another Trill. Make another Shannon. Make another Rio. Make another JR. Really. The truth of the matter is you can tell by the way a dude carry himself in public really what he about. Right? Y'all be the ones expecting that man to change behind closed doors. But that's neither here nor there. Miss Lady. I can't see your name. What's her name? Bella.
Yes, sir.
You wanted to touch on something?
Bella, turn that camera back on.
I'm tired. I'm about to go to sleep. I just came out
But
here
we
and hang
want
out
to
with
see
you
you.
guys.
I want to see you, Bella.
Right, cam up. Quit playing.
I want to see
Okay.
you.
There you go.
All
Cam
right.
up.
Hey, Bella.
So, yeah, I think it is mostly on the woman to make the man happy. But the woman got to be happy too. Like, you got to have a happy wife, because if you don't have a happy wife, you're gonna have a contentious life. So, yes, the wife has to be happy. So,
What makes you happy?
what makes me happy personally, or just like,
Well,
I'm not married,
it's always
so
Yet.
I'm not married yet. What makes
It's
me
always
happy is hanging out with my friends.
Nope.
Say what?
Nope.
Being with, just on the phone, mail company. That's
What
what
mail
makes me
company?
happy.
What mail company?
Who I'm talking to at the time.
So is your mail company more important than your friend?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so what if your significant other tell you that he don't like the friends you're hanging out with? What's gonna happen?
He can say he don't like it, but I'm like, okay, so what do you want me to do? Do you want me to like stop being friends with them, or
Yes.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I probably would.
Okay, you're on the right road. Next up. But this is what I got to say about happy, and everybody jump in on this, right? Feel free to jump in on this, right? Happiness is fleeting. What do I mean when I say that? Happiness is emotional. It's the same way you could be angry one day, sad, depressed, in your feelings, right? So if it's my job if it's my responsibility for you to be happy, how do I know when and where you're going to be happy? It's a question.
Will Smith said it ain't nobody's responsibility but your own to be happy, right? It ain't my responsibility for your happiness. You're happy. My responsibility who's responsible for Shannon to be happy in everything, in my finances, in my spirituality, in my personal health, in my mentality, in my outlook on life, in what I see for the future, in what I see in my children, in my living situation. Who's responsible for my happiness? Her. You are. And if I'm not happy, it's your fault. That don't even sound right to say. So I'm responsible for it. And if two happy people get together, then great. But oftentimes, I'm not happy is what you hear in a lot of divorce cases. It's like, I'm not happy. Well, why not? Well, because, and then here comes the blame. He's blaming her, saying that she doesn't do this and she don't do that, blah, blah, blah. And then she's blaming him and he don't do this and he don't do that. And all right, so were you happy before y'all got together? See, that's one of those red flags. A lot of people ignore those flags and say, damn, do you get with, I can tell you right now, and this is just some dating advice. If you get with somebody and they're laying their life problems on you early, a lot of times we want to fix a bird with a broken wing. You meet somebody and they got issues and you think that you can help them out. You think, oh man, shit, I got the solution to that. Oh, you having problems at work? Tell me what happened at work. What that bitch say? Oh, damn, that's cold-blooded. This is what I would do if I was. No. If you get somebody that's coming at you and you're trying to date, or you're seriously interested in dating, and somebody's hitting you with some issues at work, they telling you about their cousin did this, or they having an issue with their mama, and they not getting along, or they don't want these certain motherfuckers to come to the Thanksgiving dinner, run. It's a waste of, unless you come in with your problems. Now, two people with problems, maybe they two peas in the pod. But if you good and you just want like like men say we want peace and we want just to be chill, but you trying to save somebody, bro, you're gonna have a whole, because the problems don't stop. Those pity parties have new invites every time, and you're gonna get an invite to your inbox to come to every pity party. So your happiness is on you. And once you get there, to be honest with you, that person is going to show up. And then two happy people, oh man, that's a beautiful thing.
What you got on the Rio? King Rio?
I think what often is being expressed when they're saying I'm not happy, or when anybody's saying I'm not happy, and they say it to another individual, they're saying, I don't like it here right now. And I think it has a lot to do with you, right? And this is the same reason why I feel when a woman says to a man, happy wife, happy life, I feel like it's almost like a threat. I take it that way. I'm gonna be honest, I do. I feel like it's like a threat, because she's saying, I'm going to change the conditions of this environment that we're in by withdrawing some of the acts of service and companionship that she normally has to offer, that essentially makes you comfortable in here, right? And I think the dangerous thing about that is when she does that, and if she weaponizes that too much, then she may allow me to get used to living without her, because now I really got to look within for my own happiness, right? And I can do without some of the things that she brings to the table. So you're gonna cut off sex, okay? Eventually, I'm gonna adapt to that, right? Yeah. You're gonna stop cooking, okay? Damn, I guess I got to go back to how when I was taught to cook before I met you, and I'm gonna have to start cooking for myself, or I'm gonna get takeout, right? Oh, you don't want top, okay? I guess either I'm gonna have to apologize, even if I ain't wrong, or I'm just gonna get used to not talking to you, and we just gonna not be talking in here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's a dangerous thing, and I think that's what leads to separation, because oftentimes that separation happened when y'all were together to begin with. I think if we can create a comfortable environment for us both, catering to each other, because like you said, Rick, because we like each other, right? Then it's just that we're happy. We are happy in this environment. Two happy people in this environment together, making it a happier place. That's ideal. It's not about you threatening me into making you happy and hope that you'll be nice to me. Nah, I mean that type of behavior, I don't think that we should be tolerating. Anybody, really.
And my point is this: when I say that, and I agree with you wholeheartedly, my boy, it's like if we like each other, we're physically attracted to each other, right? We vibing, right? We on the same wavelength as far as personality. We getting along. What's the problem? Right? Especially, it's crazy how, if we look at the perspective of marriages, right? It's funny how people can put all that into a relationship until they get a ring. You know what I mean? You would date a dude for 10 years, or you would date a female for 10 years, bro, and be all in, right? But soon as you get married, now it's like I said, I'm bored. Or look, let me tell y'all what marriage is. Marriage is boredom, right? To an extent. It's boredom and it's routine. It's routine. You get up, y'all have a set schedule, you do the same thing over and over. Now it's gonna be times, I'm sure Trill and the guys that's married could attest to this, where you break that routine. You catch a flight, you go somewhere, right? Unknowingly, because that's what we have to do to keep y'all interested. Right? This is what we have to do to keep y'all interested, because if not, y'all get bored real easy. I have yet to meet a woman who could just sit around and do nothing. Right? So we understand that point. And again, my point is, as usual, ad nauseum. If you have a man that does this, provides you with the security, because no matter what y'all say, if you're bored and you don't have to worry about no bills, no car notes, no insurances, if something medically happened, go wrong, your man got to handle whatever, right? You can get up and go when you want to go, if available, right? Because we all get responsibilities, correct? We all get responsibilities, right? But if your man can provide for that, why are you such a fucking headache? It's not cute and it's not cool. Right? It's your job to let that man know to inform him and to reinforce that he chose correctly. That's really your job as a woman, because it's not if a man will sleep with you, and it's obvious it's not if a man will have a baby with you, it's if he's willing to pay the freight to do so. Too many women out here fucking for free to be worried about, oh, your pussy's the best. Many of them. You got to get that man something to appreciate. You have to. And I'm talking about men. If you dating a pookie, this doesn't apply to you. You already bad in the game. Get the fuck over it. You know what I'm saying? You already bad in the game. You already down 1,000. I'm talking about a dude that you ain't got to go on. No matter what y'all say, no matter what y'all say, it comes down to resources. It comes down to resources. This man is putting energy to you. He got a battery in his lifespan that all of our batteries drip down day to day to day. Every day, the one thing I can guarantee you that we getting closer to death. That's the one thing I can guarantee you. So if this man is pushing out everything he can to make you a better life, what the fuck is your problem? You bored? You bored? Tamika, you have something to say?
Hi, Tamika.
Hey, Bella. Hey, Ricky. Hey, panel.
Bro,
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
Oh, sorry, then let me keep my voice low. Okay.
Tamika, don't you start that? What was old boy's name? Don't
You
start
got beef?
that.
I do have beef. Okay, look. So do you want me to address the beef first, or do you want me to address the question first?
The beef is fine. We're here for beef.
Okay. So Ricky, the first time, I feel like it was like the first or the second time that you was on like King Talk, you made an example out of me, and I was so scared. Okay, I literally had asked Ricky a question in the chat, and he be reading the chat. This is before he had the what was it? What's that red hat you be wearing? It says, what is it? FU or something like that?
No fucks given. No fucks given.
Yeah. It was before you start wearing that hat all the time.
Somebody keeping up. That's all I got to say. What's happening?
Okay, we taking notes over here. Anyways, so Ricky was talking about something. I was like, what do you believe in? I literally just asked him what was his belief, y'all. He was like, hey, yeah, whoever Tamika is in the chat, let me tell you, I ain't gotta tell you what I believe in.
I believe in you.
He went off, y'all. He went off on me. I was so scared, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's all love, it's respect. But yeah, don't come from Ricky, because he'll come for you, okay? And that's just that on that.
Oh, I believe in me, sis, and I can break that down and go into that if y'all want to. Right?
I'm thoroughly interested, because I don't even know what that means.
Right.
I mean,
so this is what I mean. Now, everybody, like I call y'all gods, because that's what y'all are. I call y'all gods and goddesses, right? Now, if you into the Bible and you into that sort of thing, right?
I am.
What happens is that when God created man, he said he walks with us among gods. That they are gods, correct? Right? And you are. You can create just like a god. I honestly believe anything that can be imagined in the human mind can be done.
Right.
Yes.
Right? So when people say, like, I understand how people want to say Christ and all that stuff. Christ is you. You're Christ. Right? I believe in me. I put me above everyone when it comes to making some shit happen, because only I can control what I do. I can't control what nobody else does. But the one thing I control, the one thing I own when it comes down to it is me. Right? That's why I tell people when they sit up here and they talk about this and that, a man, a real man. I'm gonna keep telling y'all that a real man. I can tell y'all and say that to y'all because I know what I've been through. I know what my life. I didn't hurt people. I've been hurt. I've been broken and built myself back up. But like I said, a man will always find a fucking way. If he got to go rob Peter to pay Paul, he gonna find a fucking way. Yeah, sometimes it's not right. Sometimes it's not right, but he gonna find a way to not break his word. He gonna find a way to keep them goddamn lights on. And sometimes you got to do some shit that don't seem right to everybody. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, I think everyone, you need to believe in you before you believe in Jesus, God, or anything else. If God is real, if God exists, he gave you the ability to accomplish whatever that you want to do. He gave you a brain, 2 hands and 2 feet, and an able body. What the fuck is the problem? Why would you put a celebrity or a politician or anyone else above you? You're not above me. You're a man. You can catch shots just like I catch shots. You can get touched. Ain't no man or woman above it. And that's what's wrong with our society today. Everybody feels that they're untouchable. No, anybody can get touched, baby. That's why I said it. Power is an illusion. Power is simply the man who's willing to die for what he believes in. I'm willing to die for what I believe in. You can come argue with me about some shit. We can talk about it, or you can get killed about it. Take your pick. And this ain't no gangster shit. This ain't no bully shit. This is just real life. I'm willing to die for what I believe in. What do I believe in? Myself. I believe in my wife. I believe in my children. I believe in my family. Fuck with them, and you will see what's really popping.
That's a fact.
You will see what's really popping. Fuck all this YouTube and no, I'm telling you, you will see what's really happening.
Gerald, you need it.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
We supposed to be men at the end of the day. Men. I owe every single man a type of respect until he gives me reasons not to. Until you give me reasons not to. Right? Ain't no man above me, rich, poor, single, married. We all came out our mama's hole. We all going in the dirt. Ain't nobody above you. Ain't nobody better than you. You came here the same way they came here. You gonna lead the same way they gonna lead. You know, maybe not in the same fashion, right? But we all gonna take that trip by ourselves. Every single one of us. Right? That's just what it is. And like I said, when I talk to y'all, it's no disrespect. It is just how I talk. I'm not going to change for nobody. This is the person I am is what got me through the shit I went through.
Okay, can I ask one more question?
Yeah, no doubt. I read it. I'm sorry.
So is your belief based in the Bible, or just, I mean, I know you say you believe in yourself, you made it clear how you and why you believe in yourself, but do you base yourself morally off of the Bible or like any other text, or like how do you do that? How do you conduct yourself morally? What is it rooted in?
As far as what is rooted in, some's in the Bible, some's in life lessons, right?
Okay.
Some are in mistakes. Like I said, every mistake is a lesson. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right? But as far as morally, I conduct myself as I want others to treat me. I want you to shoot me fucking straight. Don't worry about my feelings. If I'm lacking in something, fucking tell me. Don't beat around the bush and fucking play hissy fit with it. Tell me so we can get to the root of the issue, so we can get the fuck past it, bro.
Okay, well, that was my issue. My feelings was still hurt after 5 weeks.
I know. See, but like I said, your feelings are yours. You're entitled to them.
He said, "Still F your feelings." I said what I said.
Your feelings are yours. I don't know why people be worried about feelings anyway. they're your feelings. So let's say, so the same, so like you said, right? So right now, after all this time, and I'm about to break it down to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when me and you first had an encounter, even though it was on YouTube, right? You felt a certain way about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I can talk to you the same way and you feel a totally different way.
Right.
They're your feelings.
You right. Can't
You
do
can
nothing
choose
with
to
them.
or not. But the way you feel about something don't make me less right.
Factual.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's all love at the end of the day. Like I said, our people, we too used to getting that candy coated bullshit, and that's our problem. Y'all want to get everything fucking delivered in marshmallows and cotton candy. Nah, bro, it's that sugar that's killing you, niggas.
Factual.
It's that sugar that's killing you. Stop playing in the gray area, because the gray area is what a lies play. Right? That's what a lies play. Oh, people should be. No, it's not. Everybody should be judged. Right? Because you'll be ready to judge them when they get your front door fucking with your shit, right? And that's what I keep telling people. If you live this life long enough, you're going to see it just ain't your turn yet. Oh, it's not me. Yes, it is. That's why I treat everybody accordingly. When I see some weird shit, I'm gonna tell you, you weird. You on some weird shit, because you're not gonna even be able to try to slide your way next to me with some bullshit. I'm not gonna do that to myself. Right? I'm not gonna do that, and I'm not gonna allow you to do that. You can't nobody do nothing you don't allow them to do.
Factual.
That's all I got, man. Any other questions?
Yo, I'm
Hi,
actually,
Ricky.
Nurse
Hey,
Fancy.
Fancy.
Hi, Nurse Fancy.
Good morning.
It is.
yo, I'm actually glad you touched on women saying they're bored, right? Because I don't even think they understand that that's the privilege they get to set in, to say, I'm bored. You ever heard a quote unquote boss chick or a single mother that's got to be on it 24/7 saying they're bored? That comes from a privileged woman that most likely has been provided for by a man that gets the time to be bored. You know why you don't hear men saying that? Because there's no time for that. You are constantly on it. And
So how
so,
do you not be bored in a relationship? Because I don't like being bored.
You got
well,
That's
too much
not
time on
fun.
your hands. You got too much time on your hands.
right. But
What you doing?
absolutely. But I'll say this, right? Look, if a man out providing for you, like keeping a roof, doing this, keeping you from things, you're supposed to be in the house doing this and that constantly. You don't have time to be bored. Those that are talking about they're bored, they got a lot of extra time and they not doing some things they ain't supposed to be doing. Like a lot of men don't have, well, the men that are providing, they don't have time to worry about boredom. You know why? Because they have to worry about roof over their head, roof over the woman's head, the children's head, this and that. Last thing they talk about is, oh, my relationship is bored. That's for women sitting around, like he said, got too much time. If you a woman taking care of a house, guess what? That's a full-time job. You ain't complaining about boredom. So there's certain questions we need to start asking about what's really going on, that you sitting around talking about, I'm bored.
What do y'all think, fellas, with the bored thing? What that mean when you hear a woman say she bored?
That mean that she ain't interested. Just call a spade up here, man. I ain't never seen a
Big
chick that was
facts.
interested. That was interested in you. Say I'm bored. Any woman that's interested in you, she gonna find some shit to do because she's fascinated and she don't want to lose you. Goes back to what I said earlier. Fascination should be equal, but when it ain't, you get situations like that. So that chick that's saying I'm bored, she feel like she in a different league than the man she with. She feel like it's a privilege for me to be here for you. So I'm bored. Perform, impress me.
It's
That's the notion. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So even if she don't say it, she gonna move that way subconsciously. But I think again, if you're in a situation with a motherfucker that you feel equally yoked with, and y'all both feel privileged to be there, you gonna always be adding something to what it is that we building, even if you ain't working. If you at the crib, you're gonna be making sure the crib's straight, or working out, or learning new recipes, or taking care of the kids, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And even engaging in your own hobbies. They got plenty of housewives that got a whole new separate stream of income just by their hobby. But you're gonna always be doing something, because in the back of your head you're thinking, okay, I'm building for us. But if you feel like like I'm doing you a favor by being here, you're gonna be bored a lot.
But is that really about interest, or does some of that speak to entitlement?
I know it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both.
No, I agree with that, but I think to blanket it as just completely about interest, I don't think that's completely accurate. I think some of it's entitlement.
But see, again, I don't necessarily think entitlement is there. Again, like I said, if I'm with somebody that I feel privileged to be with, I don't bring entitlement into that. The only way that I bring entitlement into something is if I feel like I'm above the person I'm with. I mean, just think about it just from a psychological perspective. We done all been there. We done all dealt with women that we look, man. I called 3 chicks, they ain't answer. She 4th on the list. All right, man, I'm just going to do what I got to do. Like, of course, I'm gonna go over there with a whole different wave of entitlement compared to if I would have got that first option, or that chick I feel like is way up here that I've been trying to get forever, and she done finally gave me a chance. You're not going to her crib with the same entitlement that you going to that 4th chick on the list crib in. So that's what I mean by interest. If I feel just as privileged to be there as you, there is no entitlement.
Miss Fancy. Nurse Fancy, what's your take on the board situation?
I would think it's weird. I like peace and I like quiet because I work, mentally a lot. And I really don't, if you tell me you're bored, if we can't go do nothing, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I don't find myself bored a lot. I have a lot of things to do. If I'm not working, I got a garden, I like to read books. It's just plenty of things to do. I can't hear it. I don't understand that.
Tamika, what you think? Especially when a woman says, especially, I ain't gonna even say when she says she's bored, because everybody get bored, but that's a rising issue in a relationship. I'm bored. You always in the house. I'm bored. You always at work. I'm bored. When I'm gonna do? What's your take on that? Tamika?
I don't think women are necessary. I hope y'all can hear me. I don't think women are necessarily bored. And I asked Miss Crimson Cure to touch on this earlier, because when a woman is bored, does she create chaos for you guys? Like, is it now she's starting to try to pick arguments with you? She's, just nitpicking at small things. I think women don't know how to enjoy peace. Some of them weren't raised with a lot of peace. And so long periods of time where it's quiet or where there's not any commotions going on, y'all actually find a flow and a rhythm. She finds a way to disturb that because she's bored. So she'll start an argument, or she'll just start picking at you because she's bored. That does mean she does have a lot of time on her hands. So she do need to find something to busy herself with. But I think most Black women are not used to having peace in their home, especially in their relationships. So then they start complaining that they're bored and start trying to pick at you and stuff like that. That's an internal thing that Black women need to check, because there should be no reason why you're claiming boredom in a relationship, because it gets routine. Marriages and relationships can be boring, but that's really called peace. That is toxic. It's very toxic.
They probably need a therapist for something like that. I mean, that gotta be. I don't like for people to even talk to me about something that I don't want to talk about. So I know dudes don't want to hear it either. But that's people. They don't have anything to do. Women, they be bored. And then, but no, these guys be telling these women that they don't have to work, just sit at home. Just that's just so stupid to me. I just don't get it.
Okay. Rilla, what you think, bro? Go Rilla.
I think I want a turkey sandwich, and I think that
I'll make you a sandwich, Rilla.
I think that you know, I think for the most part, y'all spot on. But I think that, you know, when you're the interesting thing is that when you hear women talk about being bored, you know, and especially for Christian women, when you go to Proverbs 31, there is nothing in that entire chapter that says that that woman was bored. She found something to do. And it was all in the pursuit of adding to the family, adding to the household, helping to build and elevate the kingdom, right? So when we talk about you know, again, for men, like we ain't bored, we got plenty of stuff we doing, right? And so when you see us still and in a moment of silence or whatever, that's peace for us. We resting because we don't have a lot of time to do that. We don't have a lot of opportunity to do that, right? Because we always on the go. Every time I talk to JR, where you at? JR, I promise you, JR gonna call me tomorrow. I'm supposed to be off tomorrow. I promise you. JR gonna hit me up. Really, where you at? On my way to work.
No, you said you was off tomorrow, so you're not gonna be on your way to work.
Allegedly. What's
Allegedly.
work-life balance, man?
Okay.
Facts.
Hey, I'm pulling up on you, man. We're going to have a drink tomorrow.
Oh man, no, you said that. Hey, this nigga.
I ain't forgot about that. Now
Yeah,
I know I got a little. I thought it was
he
gonna rain, man. It was.
Hey man, that joke. Hey Ricky,
It's been
that joker
overcast
said,
past 7 hours.
You know,
that joker said, "Hey man, I'm gonna pull up on you at the gig to make sure you get the king talk, man." So make sure
okay,
you
let's do this. Let's do this. Ladies, we gonna give y'all the chance to ask a question y'all always wanted to ask without judgment. This is a safe space tonight for y'all. The question what question you wanted to ask the man a week? Every man, hey, we gonna shoot them straight tonight, right, fellas? You gonna shoot them straight, right? So, ladies, go on whichever order. Let's do this. Let's go. Tamika, then Bella, then Nurse Fancy, right? You got 2 questions that you can ask the Kangs, and we gonna answer honestly and truthfully. Tamika, go.
Question, Lord, I needed time to think about that. I didn't come up here with questions. Come on. Okay, one of the questions that I do have is why do I don't want to? This is gonna sound rude because you're making me think off the fly. So this is just straight out my brain. Why do married men like to sit on late night panels talking about Black women?
Could you define talking about Black women?
Just Black women, Black culture, really just Black women and how much y'all dislike Black women and the behavior of Black women. If y'all got a good wife at home, why y'all worried about the collective?
I think that's a great question. Anybody want to start out, or I could jump into it?
I will. I would say it's for the same reason that like niggas get a good job or like change their lifestyle, they start getting money, but they still donate to charities. Things of that nation, right? Like because I want to see. I mean, she asked. I mean, y'all said shoot it straight. If that's the energy we coming with,
giving back to the community,
right? We just want to give back to the community, gang. And matter of fact, I think niggas should be like, you know, lauded for that. Like putting in these overtime hours and shit, like taking away from, you know, our family structure to make sure that everybody is on one accord and, you know, building as a community. Because at the end of the day, the community is what's of the utmost importance. So I think, you know, I can speak for us when I say we just trying to do our part to just, you know, add to it since we didn't already got to where a lot of people trying to get.
Rio.
I'm not married yet, but what I will say from my perspective, I think these conversations are very important because it doesn't matter if we're married or not married. We still want women to have a better understanding for what it's like to be on our side of the relationship, and also how important it is for them to hold themselves accountable, you know, as women. So I think these conversations really highlight that. I want to say there was one point before we switched I wanted to talk about, and it may cross over and be relevant to this too. I think women need to say exactly what they mean, right? I think oftentimes we have to interpret things, and when you say things like I'm bored, what exactly does that mean? What does that mean? Right? If you're telling me that you want to have you want me to create more opportunities for us to do fun things together, say exactly that. Because if you say you're bored, I'm thinking, well, maybe you need to take up a hobby. Maybe there's other things that you could be doing around here. I don't know. You know what I mean? So if you tell me specifically that you just want to do more fun things with me, then I take it as, okay, this is my woman. Maybe it has been a minute since I took her on a date. Right? Maybe you're mine. Maybe it has been a while since we went on a vacation. Okay, I hear you. Don't nag me, but bring it to my attention. You know what I mean? So I think we just need to be more transparent with each other, period. And I feel like when we get on these panels, that's our opportunity to do that, because you can't say you didn't come on here to hear the truth because you knew exactly who was going to be on that panel. Kings was talking amongst each other about what we deal with in relationships. So you came to hear it. We don't really got to sugarcoat anything, and we ain't going to, right? And as soon as we start doing that, we hold each other accountable for that. So what we're saying is, listen, we're creating this conversation, but we want to be transparent with you. In return, maybe you can hold yourselves accountable and be transparent with us. Let's just shoot each other straight. And so I think that's the reason why a lot of us take the time to have these conversations, because honestly, we feel passionate about it. We got to deal with y'all at the end of the day. Y'all got to deal with us.
Got you. JR, what you think, my boy?
So the question is, why do men with wives come on the panels?
Yeah.
To speak late night?
Mm-hmm.
I think people got to step outside the box. I mean, if everybody was the same, then life would just be boring. So I think women need to learn to appreciate men having a voice and giving perspectives, because a lot of women complain about men not expressing themselves, not knowing how men really feel. So I just think that I'm blessed to actually have the opportunity for men of all walks of nature to get the opportunity to speak on shit. So I'm just infatuated with the perspective. So I think you guys should just not question it, embrace it. It's something that's new. I mean, it's even new to me. I never knew guys would even expressing themselves like this. And I think that even within the 2 years I've probably been on YouTube, it has evolved and it's growing. So just embrace it. Less complaints, more celebrations, and shit. Let's rock out. Let's see if we can actually see if we can have our own sector of building. Everybody else doing X, Y, and Z, but over here in this little bubble that we in, this has the potential to be something great. You paying attention? You turning your head? You paying attention?
I'm listening.
Tamika?
I promise.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Okay, I'm trying to make sure. Nurse Fancy, you listening? Bella?
We gonna see.
Okay, just trying to make sure y'all.
We'll do a quiz at the end.
Yeah.
Let me take notes. Hold on.
Yeah, definitely take notes. Get your sticky notes. Some of the things I spoke on, you might want to put it on your fridge. Put it in the bathroom, because that's another common space where a lot of people like to go. So
lipstick on the mirror. Y'all know how y'all do.
Yeah, there you go.
Black thoughts. What you got, my boy?
Well, I think number one, I think it's weird that like women and men of the younger generation don't want to hear from those that are doing something that is successful, because we even do this with our music, right? Like the young rappers don't want to hear from the successful older rappers. No one else is doing that. Immediately it's, oh, you hate, oh, this and that. And so we generally come here just to give the younger generation a perspective, things that they may not have heard, because being in the echo chamber is of no use. And so what can you learn from listening to a bunch of people your age talking the same nonsense you learned straight coming out of college? You're not really going to learn anything. Like, you have to learn from people that are older than you. And so I think that's why these spaces are here for older guys to come up and say, hey, this is how this works. This is how that works. And just to throw it away, I believe is foolish.
Straight up. Shannon, what you got, bro? If you still woke. Shannon?
Come on.
All right, really. He missing in action. What you got, real?
No, I'm putting my boys to bed. I'll be back.
All right.
I knew that's what he was about to say. That's what he was about to say. Hey,
That's bullshit.
Facts.
Mika, the reason why you see men talking on these panels, married or not, late night or any time of the day, is because we care. Dudes ain't really listen, man. Hey, well, I ain't gonna do the whataboutisms and comparisons, but dudes ain't really spending a lot of time like we're just in a space now where we have platform outlets outside of the barbershop. And in your city or in your neighborhood, on your block, the barbershop that you go to, there's conversations being had, and you like, okay, some likes there. We agree on some things, we disagree on some things. And those conversations, even in those conversations, it's not a lot of like relationship talk, unless you like at a bar or a lounge or something like that. Ain't a lot of relationship talk, more sports related, right? But then you come in these spaces and you're seeing dudes connecting. Like I wouldn't have never met Trill. I don't go to Houston. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in Houston. I have no reason to be down there. I wouldn't have, if I was in the city, regardless of how I'm traveling, like, I wouldn't have met Ricky's in, Minnesota. I wouldn't have met him like that, right? So you're finding likes that connect on a different space, and we're trying to problem solve and figure it out. The challenge to me really is, why is there so much pushback from women when dudes are speaking and expressing themselves? When again, I know y'all hate to hear it, but it's the God honest truth. For since the 80s. Since the 80s, women have had the opportunity, the space, the freedom to say whatever it is that they like. Really before then, if you really want to go back to the 70s and women's liberation and that sexual freedom and all that other stuff, women have had the liberty and opportunity to say whatever it is they want to say, including calling they men no good for nothing, shiftless, ain't good for shit ass niggas. Now men are saying, hey man, we missed the ball, or some people dropped it. Man, there's some stuff that's out of whack. We got to get some straightening going on. And you know what's really happening? Men are straightening themselves first. Now men are coming back and saying, ladies, hey man, there's some stuff going on. We need to get this squared away. And I'm just kind of more curious as to why it's so hard. See, if like Ricky tell me something, JR, Trill, Rio, Shan, if they was to tell me something, I'd have to eat that. I'd have to seriously sit back, consider what they said, not take offense, and make the adjustment myself, right? Or I could reject it altogether, right? But I have to at least consider it. My question to you, Tamika, would be, why is it so hard for y'all to hear what men are saying?
That's not what we're doing tonight. Shannon, where you at with it?
I want to answer.
No, we got to finish this out. We got to set plans. Shannon, where you at? He's still putting his kid to bed. All right, I'll go. The truth is, Tamika, y'all fucking up. That's why we come and talk to y'all. Y'all fucking up, right? And y'all know different. I said this before. I said it again. Y'all act like we wasn't y'all age and shit. Y'all act like these dudes wasn't out here running the streets, bro. You know what I'm saying? Knocking these things down. I keep trying to tell y'all, the game don't change, only the players. See, but the players can fuck the game up. And that's what y'all doing. Y'all fucking the game up because y'all don't want to listen. It's no different. Our parents used to tell us shit, and now that shit hit different. You know what I'm saying? You hear a song you heard when you was little, you hear it now, you like, God damn, that motherfucking song is fire. I see why my mama love that song so much. I see what my grandmama was saying. Right? It might not hit now. Right? It might not hit now, but I guarantee you one day that shit gonna hit your brain. You're gonna be like, oh shit. right? We just try to save y'all the pain. We just trying to save y'all the pain of going through it. And the truth of the matter, the reason why I do it, I want black women to love us the way we love y'all. But y'all don't seem to get it, right? The same people that y'all say we weak to, that we subservient to, that we was forced to go under, is the same people y'all got y'all information and y'all ride with it like it's the gospel, but then y'all want to look at us.
Big facts.
Then y'all want to look at us and say we the problem. All these men up here, all of them, I can't speak for Black Thoughts because I've never spoken to him, but I know Trill, King Rio, Rilla, Shannon, JR, everybody handle their motherfucking business as men. I can guarantee you that. Right? Like I said, we understood, we was taught, we was forced, Black men, we were forced to acknowledge the sins of our fathers. When are y'all gonna recognize the sin of y'all mamas? When? When? I'm gonna shove it down y'all throat till y'all hear it. Y'all need to learn that accountability, that one-way bullshit needs to stop. It needs to stop. The reason why an event happened is the reason why it happens. Not what happens after, not because we're here. The reason why. Y'all have a lot of control over a lot of things, but y'all don't want no responsibility and no accountability. That shit got to stop. And that's not for us, that's for you, so you can live a better life, so you can make more sound decisions. Because at the end of the day, when your cute run out and that box ain't snapping like it used to, and that ass start falling, if you ain't conformed and found your way to a man, you're gonna be out here all by your motherfucking self, and ain't no simp or nobody gonna come save your motherfucking ass. We're better together. Vacations are better when you have someone to go with. Drinks is better when you have somebody to get drunk with. And we all know sex is better with another person. We want y'all to love us the way we love y'all. Do players fuck up? Yeah, man, we fuck up, but y'all do too. But y'all celebrate it. Divorce parties. Out here having babies that ain't that man, but then, 8 years down the line, 10 years down the line, he realized that baby ain't his, and then not y'all, because it's never the women on the panel. But it's enough of y'all for us to be able to diagnose the issue, correct? Y'all was lied to. But y'all love the lie. Question number 2, Nurse Fancy.
Yes.
What question did you want to ask the Kings?
Well, I want to know, why are Black men not holding other Black men accountable? The ones that are leading with the high value thing. And it seems like those guys are the ones that are destroying the community in my eyes, because they say high value because you can buy the wife, you could buy the business, whatever you want, your money. But if you get the woman and you run out of money, the woman is going to leave, and the kids are going to follow the woman, and the pet and everything. So everything is gone, and now it's something separated, and it didn't have to be that way. And it's all because how you led. If you tell a woman this is what it is, that's what it's going to be. So why are men not telling these guys not to operate like this?
That's a great question. That's a great question. Shannon, are you back, nigga? Rio, what you think? This dude, man.
I'm gonna be honest. I think when we have opportunities to on these type of platforms, we do. Out in the real world, we kind of distance ourselves from individuals that we don't like when it comes to other men, period. You know, we don't necessarily have to have a intimate relationship, so to speak, with other men. Generally we don't. Right? So with that being said, we tend to keep a couple good brothers around that we relate to. You know what I mean? Almost in the same sense that we essentially can pick our friends, so to speak. It's not to say we won't have disagreements and speak our piece, but we can't necessarily control another man. We're going to give perspective, and whether or not you can take heed to it, that's on you. When we're in relationships, we don't necessarily get a chance to have the type of conversations that we're having here because oftentimes emotions are high. The way that I'm watching you ladies listen as we speak in these panels, I mean, intently, without any interruption, that's not necessarily the story per se out in the world when we're having issues in our household. And so that's where our focus is. It really has been, okay, how can, in King Talk is what I'm talking about now, how can we hold ourselves accountable as kings, and how can we essentially speak to women about holding themselves accountable, right, through our experience. And so I don't know if I'm answering your question, but that's essentially the perspective. You know, you can only really speak to those who are willing to listen. But I'm gonna give my piece. It's not like I'm just letting anything fly. If there's a brother in my space who's speaking ridiculous, or isn't handling his family correctly, isn't taking care of his responsibilities and different things of that nature, his ideals about how he should run his household, that's another thing.
I feel like that what these guys are doing is directly affecting the kind of women that are coming up, because they think that you don't need to work. You don't, they call me a feminist, but I need my own money. You don't have to work. It's stupid if you got a education, even if it's a good one, that's good for the community or good for you. They don't want you to do anything. So you need to look good. And then they're going to dangle this money in front of you. And that's what everybody wants. But it's fake. So by you guys not saying that, it directly affects the women. And y'all are the leaders. But I could be wrong.
Trill, what you got, bro?
Man, I think that the minority is loud as hell, man. That's what it sounds like to me. In terms of men holding each other accountable, I think men hold each other accountable way more than women do. But I think it's just not in ways that y'all necessarily see. So I guess your like anecdotal experience kind of jades your perspective and makes you think that more men are out here wilding than who actually are. Or more men are allowing other men to, just do a lot of those things that you speak about. Like me and the guys talk about this shit all the time. I didn't cut day one friends off for not raising their kids and shit like that. Like it, and that's typically how we handle it. It's nobody around me that's gonna be married or that's gonna be, have kids and they just out here running the streets all day and just, nah, that ain't what we going for. You gonna take care of your kids, you gonna take care of your family. That's just what it is. And if you don't, then we don't align morally. So you will not be around me. And I think a lot of men move like that. But it's just, again, women speak from a very anecdotal perspective in these things. But it ain't just a bunch of like groups of friends that is just deadbeats all the way around, or a bunch of groups of friends where niggas is just like, with they woman taking care of them and things of that like that. That is like, that sounds so foreign to me. I mean, I know it happens. I'm not going to sit here and say that it doesn't happen, but I just think it happens way less than, I guess the picture that women try to paint. But in terms of holding men accountable, that's how we do it typically. We tend to cut dudes off that's not living up to the standard and the moral that they're supposed to live up to. But in terms of like making a grown man go do something, we can't do that. I done literally try to put money in you know, a lot of my dogs' pocket. I literally tried to take a lot of them from Port Arthur and bring them out here with me so they can get money. Different things like that. And they, yeah, bro, I got you, bro. Yeah, bro, that make a lot of sense, man. I'm gonna come out there, and they never come out here. They stay right there in Port Arthur. They stay in their comfort zone. They stay in the same hood we in. And it's like, what am I supposed to do at this point? I got a family. I got a wife. I can't be driving back and forth out there trying to drag you out here to a better opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So in a situation like that, it's just like, all right, if you want to stay out there, if you see yourself as that small, you got to do that shit from over there. I can't have you that close to me if you're not trying to build, or if, you know, again, you're not taking advantage of the opportunities that I'm giving you. So I see that as holding men accountable. Now it'd be different if this same dude or whatever is, you know, he got 3, 4, 5 kids running around here, but I got him with me at camp on Saturday. Or I got him, you know, running around and we just playing basketball together. We playing video games all day. And I know he ain't taking care of his kid, ain't paying child support, ain't doing shit. That's enabling. And I don't feel like a lot of men do that, despite what, you know, perception is. So that's my answer.
Got you. What's up, Black Thought? What you got?
Well, generally circles move in like-mindedness. So I never have anyone around me that ain't doing what I'm doing. If you not family oriented, you aren't about elevating yourself and your family, I don't have you around me. I grew up in Brooklyn, right? There's mad dudes I know from the hood that when I left the hood and came back, they still doing the same thing. And you know what I got for them? Bro, it's good to see you. How you doing? All right, I'm out of here. Because you ain't on, you still here. When I left, you was here. I come back, you still here. We ain't got nothing in common. And so I only hang with fathers that's about their business, taking care of their children. Number one, holding their self accountable, because here's the thing, we got to be honest. You can't hold no one accountable if you're not holding yourself accountable. That's number one. And if I see a homie of mine that I feel like I rock with, and I'm telling him, yo, bro, you messing up, and he like, oh, this and that, acting all sensitive, guess what? You most likely ain't gonna be around me much longer, because you ain't holding the same values. And so I think that, at least the circles that I've been in, I don't want to speak for everyone. The circles that I've been in, the type of men that I hang out with, we hold each other accountable, because we'll be quick to tell one another, bro, you capping, stop all that nonsense and do better or move up out of here. So, I mean, I at least when I'm around, I see it. But I also think it's the circles that people be in. And that's where, if you in particular circles, you may not see that accountability.
Really? Gorilla.
Yeah. I just think that because I think you were asking specifically about high value men, and I think that that's a fairly new term in this space. I know it's not a new term overall, and I know that term has been abused. But I think what most of the gentlemen was saying is that alikes gravitate towards each other. In other words, like-minded people tend to walk in the same circle. So I can't speak to high value men and what they do in those circles. I'm not a part of that circle. Keep it a being with you. I'm not a part of that circle, right? I'm I'm decent. Like I'm decent, right? But what you also hit, brother, and Trill, I'm glad you reiterated that point, because part of these conversations and part of why part of these conversations is that you do see men hold each other accountable. Now, I don't know what high value men do. Maybe they do enable each other. I don't know. I don't want to speak to that. But what I can tell you is that a lot of the working class brothers, a lot of the brothers that are dodging the ghost and the sins of their fathers, you do see them hold each other accountable. I got a homeboy that literally moved around. He bought a house, and he bought a lot of house. Didn't even need that much house. Bought a house specifically around the corner from his seeds so that he could have access to them. And that when they did come over there with him, you know, they would have a place. And they don't even go over there like that. Plenty is like dudes make sacrifices, and that's the type of dudes in my cipher that I run with. If I was not on my square, my guys would tell me. When I pull up, listen, the network, when I pull up on the network and I'm off, trust me. I mean, I don't care about the comments and stuff like that, even though I'll get up with y'all glamour when y'all get out of pocket in them comments. I'm the first call I'm getting is from my guys. Yo, bro, you was tweaking. Dudes hold each other accountable all the time. Like we do. You know, the challenge is we just don't do it in the way that y'all think we should do it. Or y'all don't see it, so you think it's not happening. But what I know for a fact is that, not to do the whataboutisms, but what I know for a fact is when I put that same question, when I ask women, oh, they not listening. They don't want to hear nothing I got to say. Dudes are holding other dudes accountable. And what's crazy is even in this space, brothers who don't even know men, is like we're hardwired like that. We're hardwired to take, especially when you know it's coming from a decent place. When Ricky is speaking and he getting on them bros' heads, and sometimes it includes me, if he read my mail, I don't take offense to it. I make the adjustment. So it's happening. It's just, and sometimes it's happening in plain sight of y'all, but y'all be like, nah, I should be done this way. Right? And so y'all don't accept that the fact that dudes are getting checked, or that maybe the medicine tastes bad. Because I think the focus reverts from a lot of times what we focusing on now in terms of getting the community together. The brothers are building themselves up and doing what they need to do. And again, it's still gonna come back to our sisters. If the brothers, Ricky talks about this, man, I don't mean to spill your talking point, bro, but if the dudes are getting they shit together, why the sisters can't fall in line?
And for me, hold on. Nurse Fancy, to answer this question, the alpha male thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The question is this: you're a woman, right? Right? Do you want a man to provide for you?
Yes.
Right. But you want to be able to have your own too, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you're at right there is an oxymoron in itself, but that's neither here nor there. So if you got a man. Now, I don't believe in that alpha male shit. I think it's bullshit. You done heard me before on here. I think that alpha shit is cap. It's cap. You done heard me. So for people to say to hold nobody accountable, I tell everybody that shit cap, because everybody conforms. Everybody conforms. But my question for you is this: if a man is asking you to get on his program, and he's willing to provide you with those things you said that you wanted, but you wanted your own shit, right? You want to provide for you, protect you, but you want to be able to get your own money. What's your trust factor? What's the problem?
Well, I can't really answer that question because where I am now, I'm ready to stop working, but I already have everything that I need. But I needed to do that for my son, So I'm responsible for him. Just like I had whatever I needed to make sure that I worked enough that I can make sure that no matter what, my son will be okay if I leave Earth. So now I'm in a position I don't have to work. I can get married and I could just be happy. So it's different. So I'm ready to lay it down, but I had to do that. That's my responsibility.
Okay. So why you didn't do that with your child's father?
It didn't work. It just didn't work. It was a bad thing. But we
That's bullshit.
It didn't work. It was a bad thing. It didn't work. It was best for us to be apart.
Is we gonna be real about it, or we gonna move past it? Because if
No, we
you
can be real about it. Let's talk about it.
okay, so what do you mean it didn't work? What happened?
It was probably my fault.
Okay,
It
explain.
probably was. Because it's true about nurses. I'll just say that. Before I've traveled, I've been a nurse for 16 years. I've always been about the money, about the money, about the money, tired. I don't want to hear that. I can do what I want to do. I can tell you what we're gonna do. I got 50% in the rules, but I was also paying 50% of the bills. But I felt like entitled a little bit before I got, kind of humbled after that experience. I felt entitled because I come from entitlement. I always was treated a certain kind of way, and I think a lot of it has to do, with my parents and my dad. I've never not had anything. I'm connected, so I connected you, and I just felt entitled, basically, and it was a wrap.
Okay, understood. So thank you for letting me know that. So to address the question from the perspective of your situation, right? The thing is this, and this is what, and shout out to the Godfather. I got to give him his props, right? The problem is you. The problem with this was you. You used to a certain lifestyle and moving a certain way you want to move. So because of that, and because just like you said, oh, my dad gave me everything, I was connected, all this other bullshit that you hold dear to you. Again, this is you. This is something you hold that you say is a must-have. This is you, right? Is a must-have. Again, you lost maybe the love of your life, right? But now that you did that, and it's empty, and you ready to get back to it, did you know at the time when you went through it, and when, like you said, it maybe was your fault? I don't know your situation.
I had to go to therapy.
Right, I understand. Nope, I'm not even saying that. I'm not even. Hey, that's cool. That's cool. We all got to get fixed, right? But did you understand at the time that time passes, and that maybe you made a wrong decision?
At that time, I did.
Okay. So with that said, look, the time reveals all truths, right? So if you're looking for the type of man to provide you with what you want to have, a lifestyle, correct? And you still want to move a certain way, you're thinking that a man can come in and financial lifestyle while you keep your money, and he not going to be able to run over you. Now I'm saying that in a literal sense. You better be able to move when he wants you to move.
At this point, I know what happened in that relationship, and I think I've grown a lot since then. So those mistakes, I know that I'm not going to do again. I'm clear about that. So, and it's, still to the point that the money thing is situated for me. So then it wasn't. And then you got a lot of time to think when you just being single or being a single mom, it's not all cracked up like they say it is. We make it look good, but it takes a lot to learn.
And hey, I hear you. And like I said, it's not an easy job being a single mom. So stop glorifying it like it is, ladies.
Well, I say co-parent because I got help. Right. I don't have no issues with him, so I'm just not together.
Not my point, right? But this is what I'm gonna say to your point, right? It doesn't matter if we check alpha men or not, right? You gonna fuck who you want to fuck regardless. This is the big disconnect with women, right? I keep trying to tell y'all, again, y'all want to address the after effects and not the cause, right? You bringing that up lets me know that you like a certain dude that can move a certain way, but you don't like what comes with it. Everything. Hey, life is quid pro quo, baby. I keep trying to tell y'all. You with a certain person, they gonna have a certain mentality. It's just what it is. If not, guess what? Nurse Fancy, that ain't your lane. It's not your lane. That means you need to fix whatever that trigger is in you that make you see that certain person as the one you want to be with. Because no man, not no real dude, not no real ass dude, gonna sit up there and finance your lifestyle while you keep your rainy day fund and move how you want to move. And you think a man ain't gonna be able to tell you how to move? That's ludicrous. I'm telling you right now, you got a better chance of fucking swimming across the Atlantic Ocean. This is the reality of the business. We know men know when we talk about accountability, right? We know when we dealing with a woman, there's certain things with a certain type or caliber of woman. We know there's certain things we have to be able to provide off bat. Right? Because no matter what y'all say, it's a competition out here. No, you can't keep nobody, but it's a competition. Right? The problem is you, it ain't the dudes. We could check dudes all day and you're going to see them how you see them and move how you want to move. Again, it's your body, your choice. Next question. Tamika, what you got?
Can I say something really quick, Ricky?
For sure.
I want to say that I believe that the women that come in these spaces day in and day out and endure the criticism and feedback that we get from the men in different panels like this, are not the women that you guys are talking about.
It never is.
It never is. However, we are habitually single. Many and most of us are. So there's a problem. I think we should be trying to figure that out. What is going on and what's wrong with us? If we aren't causing the issues that you guys are saying that y'all dislike the most, then what are the issues that we may have as women who sit here and support King Talk regularly? What's wrong with us? But I mean, that's not a question that y'all can answer. That's a question we're gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah.
I just needed to let that be known. I think we agree with most of the things that you guys say. And we definitely do support you guys 1000%. Y'all, and this is another thing. Let me tell y'all. The reason why I'm single is because most people think that I'm ratchet and ghetto, but that's not really the case. Y'all just misunderstand me. But we'll get on that on another topic. I don't have any more questions. It's 2:40. I love y'all. Thank you, Ricky. I have no more beef.
Thank you for coming through and clicking the link. I appreciate you. You're a brave soul. I'll mess with you, Tamika. It's all love. It's all love.
Thank you, Ricky. I love you too.
Right.
Bye, y'all. Have a good night.
Very good one. What you got, Nurse Fancy? You got another question or are you done?
I don't have another question. I just feel like
I feel
I know women are emotional. I mean, I don't know what to say. I feel like women can be redeemed. It seems like when you say hold people accountable, yes, I get it. I agree. I really do. But because I think I'm exceptional. But I get it.
We all do. Right. But it really starts with saying, hey, I'm just like everybody else at the end of the day.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like the truth is, like, the reason we do the things we do is to stand out. Right. That's what, King Rigo, that boy be working out every day. I see you, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Pushing himself to the limit, right? To stand out. You know what I'm saying? We all just want to be loved, baby. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, shit, a dog want to be loved. You know what I'm saying? Why? That's my problem with us. Why we just can't come to that conclusion, man. Get naked with it. You know what I'm saying? Get naked with it, man. And just stop letting your past become your present and your present mean your future. You gotta change. You gotta change your way of thinking. It don't start until you change your way of thinking.
I just
right? Go ahead, Rio. My bad.
I just want to add to that. I say, oftentimes, at least on King Talk, in this platform, we're talking about holding ourselves accountable as men. And we're also talking about a lot lately, at least vetting properly for those of us who are single. And if we can do that, right, and women are doing the same thing, then maybe we can eventually find ourselves in proper alignment. And what I mean by that is, have you ever Have you ever seen a good brother with the wrong woman,
Mhm.
and then it made you wonder, like, damn, how she end up with him, right? Vice versa, right? Oftentimes we just get paired with the wrong people, and we're looking and trying to find the answers in the universe about why, instead of focusing on who we're picking and why they're wrong for us, right? And instead of looking within and seeing, okay, well, what is it that we have in common about them, or why are we attracting them, right? So I think if we continue to do this work, then maybe we might be able to make that next relationship more fitting for what we're trying to go in the family units that we're trying to build. So I think there's hope, but like I said, we doing the work week after week.
Hopefully it ring true. Mr. Lee, what's up with you, my good brother?
Hey, what's going on, Ricky?
Hey man,
What's up to
everything
the
is
panel? How's
everything.
everyone doing?
It's all right. We
Well, I
good.
didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to really see the show. I was busy doing some other things tonight, and I was just about to lay down and go to bed. And I saw the link that you had an after hours. So I said, let me check this out and see what's going on. But as I was listening, and I listened to Miss Nurse Fancy's question and the responses as I heard them, I realized that some people didn't really pick up on what she was saying. And I'm glad that you keyed into it, Ricky, at the end, because the real thing is, first of all, lesser men don't lead greater men. So if she's using the definition of a high value man as Kevin had broke it down, it's not just the money. There are men that make a lot of money that are not high value. They're just high income. So if you're going to use that structural statue that he set up by saying that, well, if the man is leading that way and he wants a woman that's not going to work, no, that's not what has been taught or spoken of. He wants a woman that's going to work on his program, not hers. It's not that he don't want a woman that's educated. He wants a woman where her education could be put to use in the family for what he's trying to build, not you going off on a tangent with your own ideas. And with regard to a man losing his money and then you leave, if you were there for the man, why are you just leaving as soon as he loses the money, if that's the case? So that would question the woman and not the man. And to say that high value men are misguiding in their leadership of the woman that they want, first of all, they want a woman of a high quality, not a woman that's going to be shaking their ass in the streets. They want a woman that's going to be a wife, a mother, that's going to build a community back, a woman with high moral standards and character. That's the kind of woman a high value man wants. When he said that he doesn't care about their education, is because their education doesn't benefit. Most women's education don't benefit the man. She used education as a defense against the man. She used her job as a defense to protect herself from the man in case of, not in support of. And I think the fact that you also introduced that some people perceive you as a feminist, no, you know you are a feminist. And the problem is that you're still fighting the submission part of what a black woman's mindset need to change and how she's going to have to submit to the leadership of a black man. It's not about your ideas. It's not about what you think is right. When a man chooses you, and if you see that man as a man that you want to follow and be in a relationship with and be his wife, then you submit yourself onto him in his program, plain and simple. And if you're trying to lead somewhere else, then you're an obstacle to him and you become an obstacle. And when you speak in the way in which you speak sometime, what you do is that you maintain the seed that's already been planted in many other women's head to not submit themselves onto a man, because I think the woman in this space, and particularly on this network, they're looking for a reason to submit to what black men say they want. But then there's many who are still on the fence that are holding out. And when a question is posed in the way in which you pose that question is deceptive, because some people answer the question from the position of a man not living up to his responsibility, which was men who are broke or men who have no vision or desire to be a father and take care of family. And then some other men answer the question from black men trying to defend ourselves that black men don't hold black men accountable. When this space is built upon black men holding black men accountable way before women even came into this space. So that was disingenuous. And that's why I dropped the comments that I did, because I'm saying, wait a minute, you guys are not picking up on the question. The question was very subtle. And being a former teacher, one thing I'm good at is reading the intents behind what people say and not always what they say. And Nurse Fancy, I know you're a supporter of the show and of this network, but I think you are struggling with the fact that you can't submit to a man. And it's that mindset that you have to change.
It's the middle. It's like I said, it's the mental triggers. You have to fix those. Cause nobody do those but you, right? And it's just what it is. And I understand. We understand what you've been through, but that's your hurdle. Go ahead. You can go ahead.
That was 7 years ago. And I'll say first, and then I'll address you kindly, Mr. Lee. I don't have a problem with being submissive at all. I think that I said what I did. You know, I held myself accountable, but I've never had an issue with being submissive. I was raised like that. I know what leadership looks like. I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is I need to make sure that I have the right leader, because it's more than just me. So I don't have I'm not going to even, I'll just say that I don't have a problem with submission, point blank, period. That's it.
Okay.
Now,
okay, so let me ask you one question. You said you don't have a problem with submission.
No.
You just have to find the right leader. Let me ask you this. Where have you studied to become a follower or a servant? Do you know anything about that?
Far as my mom, my grandma,
Explain that
all
to
my
me.
aunts.
Explain to me how that materialized in you.
How, because I had, I guess since I was a kid, I saw how my mom had to cook, clean, organize. I had to do the same things for my dad. When he went to work.
That's
What do
a
you mean?
job that you're doing. No, that's a
No, that
job
was
that
serving
women do
my
in the
family.
home. Hold on.
Okay.
Cooking and cleaning
Mm-hmm.
is a job. It's a responsible job that women do in the home. That's not submission. That's just work.
You mean respect?
Okay, continue.
I mean, is that what you're asking me? I think that those are
Well, I'm
like,
asking you,
well,
where
what,
have you learned how to be a servant to follow? Because I hear you talk about leadership and identifying leadership. I'm not even touching that yet. I want to see if you have the skills to follow. Because for you to have a man that knows how to lead you, you have to know that you are a good follower. See, a good follower, the scripture says that the sheep follow its master. It's not the other way around. The master don't follow the sheep. So
well,
when the master come before you, if you're not a sheep and you don't know how to follow, you're not going to recognize him, because you're too busy thinking in your mind, I'm a leader. I'm trying to see if I could find me a leader. What have you led? What do you know about leading? Have you
well,
taught leadership? Have you built men underneath you to lead and demonstrated men who have been successful under your tutelage of leadership? Have you done that?
well, kindly, Mr. Lee, I understand that you're using the scriptures, but everybody doesn't go by that logic. All I can say is that you have to have common sense to know that you honor and then you have respect for someone to be able to be submissive to them. So I don't need, the Bible to tell me that, because it's too many different versions. All I can say is I know.
If I could jump in, right? Let's cut the mustard. So, Mr. Lee made a great point. Nurse Fancy, this is the issue. If you're ready to submit, if your mindset is there, and you can't find a man that's within that potential, I'm going to say the potential does it, because it's easy to pick a man to know what he's going to do because he's going to be doing, right? Why are you choosing the wrong man?
Why do y'all think that I can't get married tomorrow?
Well, you couldn't get married tomorrow.
I could.
You know what I'm saying?
Could. I mean, because I don't put all my business out there. I could go get married tomorrow.
Okay. Let's take it off personal, right? So let's take it off personal, right? So why is it that you feel that you don't trust your own judgment to pick a man to lead you? Because that's what it is. And listen to what I'm saying. If you got everything together, and this is the point I make all the time, and I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you got it all together, Miss Nurse Fancy, you got the great, you have the great balance of home life. You submissive. You what you need to be for a man, right? You don't give too much out in the streets. You a wife built already, right? Then that means if you were this, and this what, ladies, I need y'all to listen in the chat, right? Good women don't stay single.
That's true.
I need y'all to listen. Hold on, Mr. Lee.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's true.
Good women don't stay single. So again, it's not about if you can get a high value man. Why isn't a high value man picking you?
Oh, go ahead.
No, that's all I got. It's a question.
I'm not going to say that I have been picked. That's on me. So that's a whole different thing. But for me, I needed to, when you are not married, and I guess that can go for, if you're not married and if your family is not in a household and you find yourself in this situation, to be responsible, you cannot repeat that. You cannot repeat that.
So what are you scared of?
Well, I have a son. I have a child. So I have to make sure that
what
I
are you
make
scared
every
of?
move.
What are you scared of?
Ricky, let
I
me.
have the right
I don't-
person with a child.
I don't
I
think
can't be
that
irresponsible. I can't make another mistake. It's already deemed bad when you've made one, but I'm not going to say that's a mistake. I have to move logical. I'm an adult. No matter what, I have to make sure I do what I need to do for my son. He's looking at me. My son cannot be one of these guys that are in the chat, not this chat, who
Let me
hate their
try to
mom.
respond.
I have to be what I got to be. I have to do that first.
Sure.
So when I got ready to date and everything, so.
What I would suggest, Nurse Fancy, is that as you become the woman that you say that you are verbally, it's like an odor that emanates from you. Your walk will change. Your movements will change. Your response and interaction with men will change. Your interaction in any public environment where there are men that can observe you, they will see how you move, how you respond, how you speak, and they will know that you are different. The reason why you are so busy trying to judge them is because you're not moving like the woman that they're looking for. So you're trying to find them. They should be looking for you. That's the problem.
I don't know that.
I'm not saying for you not to be responsible with your family. That is not what I'm saying at all. Because women who have had issues where they had a child in the early part of their life, once they find themselves as being the kind of woman that they say they want to become because they wasn't that when they were young, or they was raised a certain way and they strayed away for a time and then got back in that spirit, the man find them.
And that's what happened. And let me just say one thing. I understand how everybody got to be married in this. I don't, you know what? I'm going to be who I am when, for the marriage or whatever I'm going to do. But while I'm on earth, I'm gonna do what I need to do for my child.
But
So
no one is
I'm gonna deal
suggesting
with
you
it.
don't.
I you know what? I
This
will die
is
on that hill. On wait, hold on, kindly, respectfully. I will die on that hill, making sure that my son is good. I don't need no man if that's what I need to do
There it
first.
is. See, that's the
You're right.
problem.
You know what? Guess what, Mr. Lee?
That is
I'll
the
take
problem.
that. I will take it because everybody don't have to be married. Yes, I want to. Yes, somebody want to marry me. Yes, I'll do that.
And that's
But
a new conversation.
wait, hold on. I understand what y'all are saying, but that's to that. This is where I am, and I'm going to stand on that. I'm somebody's mama, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that.
can I ask you a couple of questions?
Period. You know, it ain't gonna be no McDonald's. You know, it's not gonna be any of that. Long as I did what I needed to do to make sure that my son lives and his kids. So I did my job. Now I can go serve a man. But I had to do what I needed to do first. It is what it is. I'm sorry.
I just had a couple of questions. I just had a couple of questions for you, if you don't mind.
Mhm.
Your child's father,
Mhm.
was there ever a point where you felt comfortable enough within that relationship or under his leadership
Mhm.
in order to submit to his leadership?
Yeah, I was bullheaded though. Yeah, I did. It
You
was
did
just me
submit to
wanting
his
to chase.
leadership?
Yeah. Mhm.
And what was the outcome?
The outcome, the issue was me wanting to work.
But why?
But far as him, you know, asking me to do things, I've never been the kind of, you know, that wanted to go out and, you know, do all those kind of things that you even have to tell me to do something because I'm just not like that, you know. So we never really had arguments about anything, you know, any disrespect, any kind of just crazy nonsense. It was me strictly want to be at work, night shift, you know. I'm tired, you know, when he get up, I gotta sleep all day, you know, and then I start rising in my career. So now, you know, I was just busy, and I'm just thinking of work. I didn't have kids. They told me I couldn't have kids, so I wasn't even thinking about like the family part. I'm just thinking about we're gonna have vacations, and we're gonna do this, we're gonna invest, we're gonna, you know, I just wanted the money.
After your child showed up, what happened?
You know, I'm a mom now, you know, so things just, it was a whole different world. You
Right,
know,
but
things are different when you have a you know, a child.
so
Things
more
are different.
time needed to be spent at home at that point, right?
Yeah.
So were you submissive to his leadership at that point?
I don't know what you mean when you say submissive because we didn't have issues for as besides working. I don't have a problem letting a man be a man. Please.
So was he
Please.
doing that?
Yeah. I've
So
never had
why'd y'all break up?
So why did y'all break up?
because I wasn't at home.
And you
I wasn't at
refused to
home.
be at home because you was chasing the dollar.
Basically, yeah. If a travel assignment come, boom, you know, 3 months, you know, I'm gone.
So
I'm gone.
he's not even responsible for the trauma and the fear that you have.
I think that was all me. If I would
It's
have just, let me listen to your question.
okay, because the way that you were explaining, I thought that maybe I won't even say the way that you're explaining it. There's this apparent fear that you have about submitting to a man's leadership.
No.
And all of it just appears outside looking, it just appears that way,
Oh
right?
no, I don't have
And in my mind, I'm thinking maybe you suffered some traumatic experience caused by this relationship that you were in.
I've only had 3. No.
Right. So essentially, it sounds to me like you left him for the most part, right? Because you weren't able to operate within a dynamic where he could
He
lead
wanted my
your family.
time. He wanted a lot of my time.
Right. And you weren't willing to give.
And she
She wanted to lead,
She wanted
and
to
he
lead.
had.
That's what I'm
She
trying.
wanted to lead, and
That,
he was supposed to follow her.
Well,
but
no. When you travel, you just take assignments and you come back.
CC, hold on.
Right,
Let me address something. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, guys. CC in the chat said, Jesse J, they want a woman to just body fine on a man. No, we don't. Again, y'all need to learn. It's y'all fault because y'all don't know what a man look like. That's just the honest to God truth. Y'all choose who y'all allow to lay with y'all at the end of the day. But then in the same breath say every man's not a leader. That's correct. They not. Just like every female ain't a good woman. But get mad when we leave a man who's not lead you anymore. Well, in this case, in this conversation, CC, Nurse Fancy admittedly said her husband wasn't doing nothing wrong. So what's the excuse then when you leave? Right? Y'all disingenuous. This is the problem with women. Y'all disingenuous at best. Right? The thing is that when we right, we wrong, and when we wrong, we wrong.
But some women make that statement too, knowing they picked the dude that's flipping burgers. Like,
it's just
and I'm not talking to you, Miss Fancy. I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about the statement that was made by the person that made the comment, is that they pick a dude knowing he can't lead them nowhere, knowing they aren't going anywhere, and then, oh, see, y'all can't lead me nowhere. I've heard women completely write off a dude and be like, where he gonna lead me? And it's like, you don't even know what dude got going on. So you come into it with, he can't lead me nowhere, and you have not even given the moment to know or speak to him or go on enough dates to know whether he's leading you or not, because you coming in with, I'm the leader, and that's harmful.
Well, it's greater than that. I think they're coming in thinking that they know what leadership look like.
Yes.
And they are going to pick him because they believe he can lead, or worse, they're going to pick a man that they believe they could train to become the kind of leader they want. And a man that's a leader, 9 times out of 10, when you cross a man like that, you're not going to want to accept his leadership.
I'm gonna
because
tell you,
it's not
Mr.
going to
Lee.
look like anything you know.
Mr. Lee, I don't even think people, and CC, I don't know you, but I'm just basing off of your comment. When she says following blindly, it doesn't even sound like she was looking for his leadership acumen, or whether or not she was even observing how well he was leading his own life in the dating process to know whether or not she wanted to get in the boat. And then once she's already in it, she's like, well, where are we going? You skipping steps. Why did you get in if you were unsure?
No, those are deflect questions. Those are just like something you like in the military when you see the fighter jets going at each other and you're focusing on one, and then he throw out those deflectors, the different fireworks to throw off the missile. That's what that is. That question has no relevance to the conversation. It's purely for the purpose of throwing off the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Because no woman follows a man blindly. No woman get into bed with a man blindly. There's something about that man that made her decide she want to get in bed with him.
Facts, Mr. Lee. That's like saying a hoe don't know her pimp a pimp.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? The truth of the matter is this, Miss Fancy, and we about to get out of here because I got to work in the morning, right? I'm gonna read these super chats and get out of here. I'm gonna let everybody go around. But the thing is this, Miss Fancy, if you're looking for a certain caliber of dude, he's gonna come with certain baggage. He's gonna come with certain rules and regulations, right? It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and read these super chats and then we go around and get out of here, man. It's been a long day for everybody. Prophecy to Save, it said, get the likes up in my Ricky tone. You heard what I said. I appreciate you, man. $10 super chat. Producer Jesse, my boy, $5. I appreciate you. Quest, big money. Got an early morning, fellas. Have a good one. He already gone. Demetrius Coleman said, appreciate you. Keep the combo going. Appreciate you, man. $10. Emmett Freeman, what's good? What's good with you, man? Great conversation. Lapeef JR, he gone. Salute to the panel. Get the likes up, people. Pierre Ledoux, $5 super sticker. NLX Coach, $10 super chat. Cat like potato chips, different bags, some carbs. Okay. Raw, being cryptic is best. People are deceitful. Go figure. We need to have better discernment in choosing partners. That's a fact. Educated, he said, question, how many ladies on the panel are single? I think all of them was. That's my wife right there, Angela Bryan, answering the question. She said, because our husband men are working during the day, late night, providing knowledge to women who are really trying to learn.
There you go.
The Thinking Man's podcast, my boy, he said, salute, brothers. Great info, learning a lot from y'all. And then we got Hakeem with the $10 super chat. I appreciate y'all. So let's rewind it down. Nurse Fancy, go ahead and give your closing moments, please, and let us know how you feel about the whole thing.
Good conversation, and I'm a mama. That's all I can say.
Mm-hmm. You're a mama, but when you gonna be a wife though?
Now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll see. Mr. Lee, let them know what's up. Tell them what's going on, bro.
Hey, what's going on? Well, I appreciate you guys allowing me to come up here and just add a few words. I think Miss Fancy, she's in an internal struggle within herself. She's trying to find her way to make that last step where she needs to be, but she's struggling with it. And I thought I would come in to add some perspective to the discussion of the last part that I saw, because I think she really need that help. And I think she's emblematic of some other women also that tune into our space and this network also. So, stay tuned, Miss Fancy, Nurse
Okay.
Fancy. I think you'll get there, right? And when you
Yeah.
get there, you'll see the shift. And when you see the shift, you'll see how men treat you differently.
You gonna
And
tell
you'll
me,
have
I know.
everybody gonna tell you. Your girlfriend's gonna tell you too. And that's all I want to say. Thanks a lot, guys.
Rio, what you got, my boy?
Man, I think that After Hours was an awesome idea. Rick, definitely keep this going.
Yeah,
I'll definitely be back.
Hey.
And as far as Nurse Fancy is concerned, listen, I think from what she's saying, she says she's ready to be a wife. So as long as she continues to hold herself accountable, be honest, walk on her truth, and show up to panels like this, because honestly, I don't know if a lot of them understand we're not just here to hold you accountable. We're also here to help you vet. You know what I mean? And if you don't have a father that was doing that for you, you at least got some brothers who are willing to have a conversation that might help you. So yeah, man, that's all I got.
All right, man. Black Thoughts, what you got on it, my boy?
I just want to say thank you for having me up.
Sure.
I've been watching you on Lapeef on King Talk. You know what I mean? And I like what you stand for. You know what I mean? And it resembles some things that I stand for. And, a lot of you gentlemen resemble some things that I stand for. Mr. Lee, good to see you again. And, so listen, I think just we as black men, we got to keep, talking amongst one another, keep, strengthening one another, right? What's the saying? Iron sharpens iron. And, we'll all begin to do better, and we'll know who's who, because we're going to weed out those that are standing up from those that's, just around. So, I mean, that's what I got to say on the matter, man. Men gonna be men, and those that ain't standing 10 toes down, they ain't gonna be around when the time comes for it to really be shown. That's all I got to really say on the matter.
Ricky,
right.
if I can just interject before Rio comes in. With regard to the comment that suggested that I was trying to get a parting shot, I will say this: as men, we need to become stronger. I really enjoy listening to Ricky when he's speaking, because his his eyesight and his insight is very acute, and I like that. And he doesn't pull punches. And I think our women have been slack for so long, where there's strong men to provide leadership and guidance, that we see it that it's somewhat personal. I don't have anything personal against Miss Nurse Fancy. I think she's a nice woman,
Nothing at
but
all.
she needs help. She's here because she wants the help. And it's our responsibility as men who are leaders and have experience in life to give her the necessary insight and tools to be able to make the shift that she herself says that she wants. So it's not about me taking a parting shot. It's my trying to uplift her and let her know that she's right there. All she has to do is make that next step. But whatever it is up here for her. And when I'm attacking the thought process,
Yes,
because
sir.
that's where the challenge lies.
Thank you,
Thanks,
sir.
Rick.
I appreciate you, man. 817. What's up, my guy?
Man, salute to you, man. Salute to the guys on the panel. I just want to say to the young lady, I'm the result of a woman who said that she was just a mother and put being a mother first over everything. I'm the result of that, you know? And the only thing I would say to her is it's great that you showing him what a great mother is and what a great mother is supposed to be. But just understand that he needs to see more facets of a woman in order to be the man that she wants him to be. Everything that's in that woman's heart and in her soul for her son to be, I felt that in her conversation because she felt like she made a mistake with the man before and she don't want to show her son another mistake. You know what I'm saying? As a man to follow. And I can understand that, but just understand that there's more facets that you need to show him that you know will help him be successful other than just being a mother. Because guess what he gonna go out there and find? He not gonna go out there and find a woman, a full woman, a whole woman. He gonna go out there and find a piece of woman. And that's what she don't want. She don't want him to be a piece of a man, and she definitely don't want him to go find a piece of a woman. So that's all I want to say, and I just want to leave it as a question. That's all, or you know, as a statement.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Well, hey, that's our time, man. We get out of here, man. Get y'all.
All right. Good night. Good night, brother.
Good night. Yes.
Appreciate all y'all coming
Good night,
through,
brothers.
All right.
Make sure y'all
Appreciate it.
subscribe to Team Talk, all that good stuff, man. Yada yada yada, man. Y'all have a great night, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through, man.